Okay, welcome back, guys. This is going to be, I believe, episode 5, or maybe 6 at this point. It's going to be an end-of-season wrap-up, and we're going to try something a little different today. So, I haven't done a live commentary before, and I know when going through the end of the season, it's, I don't know, it's not as easy to kind of go through, record this, and then record the audio at a later date. You just don't know what kind of content you're going to need. So, instead, we're going to try and do this live, and I'm going to try and keep it short, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. So, in the last episode, we saw the final game of the season. I believe another draw, which, you know, kind of sums up this whole, I guess, March to May experiment. So as we're doing this, let's take a look at when I started playing. So I started playing on... First match was March 20th, lost to Spurs, drew at Brighton, drew at Liverpool, well done, drew at Wolves, drew at Newcastle, not a lot of goals by the way, drew at Bournemouth, that was a tough one, I think lost to West Ham, yeah, and drew at Huddersfield, or drew with Huddersfield. Not a great end to the season. I think we probably had a shot when I started playing the matches at creeping into Europa League. Obviously that didn't happen. Maybe it's taking me a little bit of time to adjust to the sliders, legendary, whatever it is, but the squad needs an overhaul. You guys are going to see some changes come the first transfer window for me in the summer 2019. But for now, let's take a look at the rest of the season, see how the league kind of panned out. So, I think we already saw this earlier, but Chelsea, I guess you could say, ran away with the Premier League title this season. Liverpool finishing in second, United and Arsenal rounding out the Champions League places, and City finishing outside of the top 4 for the first time in quite a while. Not sure what happened there, who was playing, who wasn't. But the top 6 for the most part looks pretty accurate, although I still think simming in FIFA needs some work. The top 6 is accurate with the clubs that are there, but the order of them is a little iffy, especially with the squad that, say, Chelsea have. And the amount of losses that these teams are experiencing. I mean, in the modern day, it's just not that realistic. But anyways. The rest of the league, you guys can take a look. Everton actually might get into Europa League depending on the FA Cup and the Europa Cup, FA Cup and Carabao Cup champions. Brighton avoiding the drop. That's interesting. Fulham avoids the drop, unlike in real life. Wolves not as great as season. That's actually an interesting one. But let's look at the bottom 3 here. So Huddersfield out for sure. They missed the boat. Cardiff City out, and Newcastle also out, down to the championship. So what does that tell us here? I mean, Wolves and Newcastle actually ended up on the same point totals. You guys can determine whether or not what the goal difference was like, but just based on my quick look, it looks like Wolves definitely beat them on goal difference. I don't know why FIFA doesn't have a separate column for that. But anyways, surprising. I mean, I guess maybe not that surprising. These are fairly realistic in placement. It's the numbers that are a little unrealistic. Newcastle being relegated with 40 points seems pretty unlikely that a club in the Premier League this season is going to get relegated with 40 points. But anyways, I mean, it's not that surprising to see, you know, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Burnley, Fulham, all basically within 4 points of each other, trying to avoid the drop. So I'm gonna scout some players over on Huddersfield. I'd like Aaron Mui as a guy to come in. I don't know if if that's something that seems realistic or somebody that we really want in this club, especially given that we need, maybe some pacier wingers and a proper striker. But Aaron Mui would be a good one, who's obviously going to, he'd be leaving Huddersfield, I would assume, if they're going to the championship. So those are the Premier League. That's the Premier League table. Let's take a look at the top scorers in the Premier League. So Hazard, surprisingly enough, 21 goals. Again, simming FIFA, please update this for the love of Pete. People score more than... The top scorer in the Premier League gets more than 21 goals. This happens every simulation in FIFA. Again, you know, if you can change the .ini file in the modding, like once FIFA becomes moddable, you can change this and improve the simulation stats so you do get more goals, but I don't know why EA haven't done this. It's a good game. I think people are really harsh on it, but stuff like this, they can easily tune. You know, Hazard getting 21 goals, I have no problem with. Getting the Golden Boot with 21 goals in the Premier League, that's a little unrealistic. Harry Kane on 18 goals, plays all 38 matches, comes in second. I mean, that's nice to see at least, simulation-wise. You got him playing 38 matches. Vardy also on 18 and 36. Willian having a great season for him, 14 and 38. And Firmino rounding out the top 5, 14 and 36. Let's see if there are any stats that stick out here. Babel, I don't know who that is. 12 goals in 20 matches. I don't know if he was a transfer or what. I don't know the Fulham squad that well, but that's a pretty good run for him. Danny Ings finishing in the top 10, really top 8 if you look at the ties, playing all 38 matches of this season. 12 goals in those 38 matches, along with Callum Wilson, his fellow compatriot. Now, where is Sergio Aguero? Was he transferred? I don't even remember. But he should be here. Milner's got 9. Holy smokes. Lukaku on 10 and 20, so he only played in 20 matches. Most of these guys are playing at least 30, 35 matches. Ozil in 31, I mean, fine, that's, I guess, realistic now. Eriksen played 35, so not too bad. Assists, Pogba, 10 and 37, so he played in almost all the matches. Almiron, I mean, that should tell you a lot. Hopefully for Newcastle, this guy can do the job, because that's pretty good. I know there's some high expectations for him, again, in real life anyways. And clean sheets, these are all messed up. Leno, 10. Played 34 matches, which is pretty good. But again, these keepers need to play more. Neil Etheridge is the only one I can see. Is it Etheridge? Yeah. Etheridge is the only one that played 38 matches this season, which is, again, pretty unusual. Mignolet somehow playing 21 matches for Liverpool. I don't know if Alisson was injured or what, but that's a strange result there. Okay. So let's go ahead. I guess we're going to try and sim forward. We're going to try and sim forward a little bit here so we can see the results from Champions League. Oh, Ireland just rescinded their offer. I probably should have looked at that, eh? Oh, well. So we've got a couple of players whose contracts are expiring. I actually don't even think I can renew some of these. Like, Stephen Davis, I think in theory, is still on loan. Danny Ings, I can't do anything about. I don't know what's going to happen to him. Yeah, I'd have to recall him from his loan. So Stephen Davis, I mean, this guy is a captain of the club here, but I guess if he's able to go out on loan to Rangers, it's probably time for him to find another club who can give him more time. Alfie Jones will probably re-sign. I'll do that in a separate video, though, to be honest. I don't want to waste your time with that. Josh Sims, that's an old injury. And prize money, £134 million. Is that going straight into our transfer budget? It's been a while since I've actually sort of gone through a FIFA career mode. I haven't done one of these properly in a really long time. Are we... Good grief. I mean, that's good. At least we made a profit, but... Are we gonna get that? I don't know. We'll have to see next season. Board expectations. Let's see what we met so far. So, youth development, failed. Short-term brand exposure, got it. Domestic success, finished mid-table, got that. And financial, we're getting there, but we missed the first one. Fine, fair enough. Okay, alright. Not great, but not bad. Alright, let's continue our sim here. Yeah, we're not on track. We know. We know. Actually, let's take a look at our youth squad report here. I haven't sent out any more of our scouts, I don't believe. So let's see any standout players. I've already signed some of the older players. Ooh. Giacomo Fontana. This guy is going to be a stud. I wonder, can I see his... I can't see his stats. Don't know what his weak foot skill stars are. This guy might be pretty good. Sive Vandenbroek. And Arne van der Rohe. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that guy, sorry. Okay. Is that enough time? Let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. Sorry if you guys are hearing that stuff in the background. There's some scraping on the wall next door to me. So the FA Cup is complete. So let's see here. Chelsea winning the FA Cup against Leeds. Wow. Semi-final included Burnley and Wolves. Yikes. Carabao Cup, we already know, went to Manchester City, so that should allow the 6th or 7th place team to get into Europa League, so that'll be good. UEFA Super Cup, we've already looked at. Atletico getting that. Liverpool beating Barcelona in the Champions League. That's terrific. That's terrific. As a Liverpool fan, I like to see that. It certainly makes up for last year against Madrid. They faced Atletico on their way there. Barca beat Inter 2-1 on aggregate. Liverpool had to get by Juve, Barca, Paris. Interesting. Inter, Monaco. These were all close matches. Atletico and Ajax. Not a bad draw, actually, the way it all worked out here. So Liverpool, oops. Sorry about that, guys. Liverpool are your Champions League winners. Let's see here. I wonder who won Europa League. Bayern. Bayern fell into Europa League. 2-1, beating Napoli. They had to beat Hoffenheim, and Napoli crushed Standard 6-2. Interesting. Bayern had to... they had that German face-off. Is that like a German... Is Bayern and Dortmund a German Classico? I don't know. I don't know the Bundesliga that well. Dortmund beat Sevilla on their way here. Bayern, Admira Wacker. Never heard of them. And Schalke getting through. A lot of German teams in Europa League. Interesting. So Bayern are your Europa League champions. And looks like I guess that's the Copa. South American Cup is ongoing right now. So I would like to join an international club. I'd like to join an international club at some point. These are the jobs that are available. 110 million for Arsenal in transfer budget. Chelsea, another 100. Everton, 56. Liverpool, 94. City, yeah, I bet City's looking for somebody. Aguero is still there. Why did he not play? United, Newcastle, they're going to be in the championship, yikes. Spurs, West Ham, Leicester, Wolves, Fulham, a lot of Premier League teams looking for new managers. Bayern would need a new manager if they slipped into Europa League, even though they won. Same for Dortmund, even though they... Oh, actually, it looks like they're winning. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. They're winning the Bundesliga, so maybe not. Interesting. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. I mean, it's only German teams and Premier League teams that are available anyways. I don't know why that is. Let's see if there are any national team job offers. Iceland is available until July 9th. So that'll be available until next season. I'll leave that be. Interesting. Alright, so let's keep on moving forward here. I don't know how long this has gone. You know what? Let's sign some of the players that we're looking to sign anyways. Might as well do it in this video. Danny Ings can't do anything, like I said. Steven Davis can't do anything. Cornelius Hansen. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know what he's going to be doing. His value seems to have gone up, but a 61 overall 18-year-old from Norway. No real face. Christoph Klarer. It's got a little bit more value than this guy at 63 overall. I mean, maybe I'll sign one of those two. And then Alfie Jones, English center back, 65 overall, but he's 21. I'll sign Alfie Jones. Let's delegate that. What is he making right now? 4,800. So let's delegate that, and let's offer him. He's gone up by 2, so let's offer him 6,500 and see what happens. Yeah, it's way too much, but I'll accept even though it's 5 years. These two guys, I think we've got a youth academy coming in. I'm going to let them go, and I'm going to let the rest of these guys go. We'll leave that for now. So those are all the re-signs that we need to do. And let's take a look at the squad, actually. Let's see how the squad has developed so far. So, stats-wise, first of all, how many goals? Ings and then Austin, then Ward-Prowse. Big drop-off there. Assists, Elinesi. I gotta pronounce his name properly. He played a lot of matches, though. And then Austin. Austin actually played really well during the matches that I played. I liked him, but for some reason I liked Charlie Austin for a really long time until he stomped on a guy's face in real life, and that kind of threw me off. So I'm not that keen on keeping him around, to be honest. He'd probably be one of the first for me to go in the summer transfer window. So let's see, who are the big growers here? Obafemi, Slattery both going up by 4. Valeri going up by 3 along with Tyreek Johnson. And then the rest of them are just sort of your regular movements. Obafemi I really like. I hope this guy can turn into a real player for us, or a super sub. That would be delightful. Stephen Davis dropping by -2. That's not bad for a 34-year-old. And Shane Long is not finally, he's in the decline, -1 overall. Again, not terrible. You can imagine that Forster, Yoshida, Bertrand might be hitting that decline pretty soon as well. Forster. Is Forster really 6'7"? I always thought he was 6'5" or something, 6'6". I guess it's not that big of a difference, but it's a shame he hasn't been able to get back in the lineup. Yeah, so anyways, that looks like the summary that we need. I think Transfer Hub, while we're here, I'll get into this in the offseason, and that'll probably be live commentary as well, so you guys can get used to me rambling on like this. My main targets, Ryan Gold. I think Shea Adams I gotta leave because it looks like this is his first season in Ligue 1, so it seems unlikely that he would just transfer immediately. Kenny Lala I would like to bring in. He'd really fit, I think he'd fit well in what I want to do with my 2 wingbacks, but we'll have to see if there are any other options. But definitely Scottish Messi and Ryan Gold. They even have the right haircut for him. He would be good to bring in. Great balance and acceleration. Huh. So I'm going to definitely... He's somebody I'll bring in for sure. Alphonso Davies, if I could loan him, that would be terrific, because buying him from from Bayern probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It looks like he's already rejected a loan, but I like him obviously as a Canadian. This is one of the biggest Canadian players we've seen in several years. So no loan for him. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Oh, contract length is too short, so we're probably just going to have to wait for these guys until they get their contracts renewed next season. So I think that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the recap and the live commentary, and I guess at this point I'll do the updates for OS, and then the next episode we should be starting the transfer window. So looking forward to that. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next episode.